My name is Richard Hamilton. I joined the Air Force in 1959 and got out in 1963. My full intention when I went in through the, I want to say my uncle was retiring at that time in the Air Force and came up with all these glorious reasons why I wanted to be involved there. But anyway, so they put me in Air Police, which is about as boring as you can get. And after having, witnessed a lot of the early movies in the 50s and stuff about the English guy sitting in the tree and the German soldier walking below him and jumps out and cuts his throat and everything, I was always cognizant of what trees were and stayed away from them. But the long story short, my intention was to go for the 20 years. I scored very high in mechanics and electronics in the day, and when they came along in basic training after 4 weeks, they shipped us over to Air Police School. They seemed they needed some security guards, so I did most of that. But it was it was my education, really, my college education was in the military. And when you're doing security work, when the weather's cold, it gets very cold out there. When the weather's hot, obviously it gets very hot. So when a guy comes by with the coffee truck or whatever the case might be, cold water, you had a tendency to spend a lot of time chatting with them. And so consequently, when I got out and started my own business, I was in sales and marketing, and it was pretty easy. I would always go with my little water jug in case anybody got tired of listening to me. But it was quite an education. I did the 4 years because of my AFSC, which was Air Police. I didn't want to spend any more time doing that kind of work. So I got out and eventually started my own business, but I would always reflect back how I would delve with people that were either above me or below me or around me doing security work. And there were some exciting times when I was stationed in Korea, and then very boring and interesting times periodically when I was stationed in Arkansas, a SAC base. Other than that, four no more. I grew up in the area of around Inglewood and Hawthorne in Southern California. I went to high school there in Lawndale, which is just right at the border of Rosecrans at Lusinger High School. And after some interesting times in high school, we all did a lot of growing up, was involved with the program that they had then where we would take in vehicles and repair them and things like that. So I learned that knack. And it really wanted to kind of carry on with that with the rest of my military, and but it wasn't to be, and it really turned out better for the situation thereafter.
Okay. And did you ever get back into mechanic type work?
Oh yeah, I got old cars now to this day.
Okay.
They're not as old as I am, but I did have a few that were older than mine at the time.
Okay.
But
and while you're in the service, were there things that you learned, like you said, that are helping you later on for
absolutely
future employment?
That was my master's degree, was learning about people and asking technical questions of them if they were in the technical business, and reflecting back on all those things. It's when I started my own business, it was a little this and that as we went along, but that kind of a background allowed me to do very well for myself and my family.
And you're a member of the Brotherhood of Veterans, and
I hope so. I go to a lot of the meetings, but when I'm not there, I'm sure they're talking about me. No, it's interesting.
As long as you pay your dues, you're in.
That's it. Expensive as it is, but no, it's an interesting group of people because it brings a lot of not only military but just life that people have taken, whether it's been the military has been a part of that, and what they've done with it and everything like that. So it's all a very progressive group of people.
Okay, well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Okay.